Okay, we're officially going to get started. I'm Guillaume Cloak from the company Create Apps here, and we are our prime service is actually developing websites and apps. And on top of that, we provide consultancy. And with this consultancy, we try to help our clients get the most out of their websites and their apps to get to solve business objectives that they want to reach with uh, these applications and things of that nature. And marketing is also a part of that. And that's why we have Mr. Fancanta from EdgeUp Marketing here to help us navigate through that. Giano, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, like Guillaume told me, my name is Fancanta, Giano Fancanta. My company is named EdgeUp Marketing. It's still a young company, but we focus mainly on marketing strategies, social media marketing, online advertising, especially online, um, and some marketing consulting, which leads to business consulting.
Okay, all right. Like I started out is by saying that a lot of startups they usually have a good product, but they don't necessarily have a good strategy how to truly get the attention that they need to sell their products or their services. So Giano and I pretty much were thinking about, okay, we need to really this is really a problem for entrepreneurs, whether they started or if they're just getting their feet wet. And if we're just looking at statistics, majority of these companies, the problem lies in their marketing and their sales. So right now, what we're going to do in this webinar, we're going to talk about. Giano is going to give his expertise on how you as fellow entrepreneur can avoid this, and at the same time things tips you can use. That's my part from a technical point of view. What do you do to actually save your own company? uh Giano, in your what have you experienced the most problematic with startups in terms of not having everything in order?
I think one of the most common problems is actually trying to do too much, um, focusing on too much at a time, or not defining what your core business is, and that could be a problem in the beginning, or it could be a problem down the line when you marketed yourself some kind of way, and then later on you see that that's not your core business and you want to remarket or rebrand your business. um, and it's a common problem, but it could be solved if you just um, take your time and figure out what exactly you want to do, and then focus, go from there. You can do other stuff, you can branch out, but you can start with your core business. And I think that's yeah, I think that's one of the main problems.
Okay, okay. So pretty much just doing too much and actually narrowing the focus.
Yeah, trying to do too much in the beginning, it's a problem, but also not defining what you do. So it's not about you yourself taking on too much of the work, but it's about how other people will see you and what they can expect from your company.
Okay, all right, all right. And if you're looking at in general terms, that something that every startup, every entrepreneur can actually do. Can you maybe name five things that entrepreneurs definitely need to take into account when starting their business in terms of marketing?
In terms of marketing, I would say first of all, like I said, figure out what you want to do, and then
Hmm.
it starts with a name. Um, yeah, you got to figure out what you want to call your company, and then take into account um, who you want to target, like who you want your service to, who you want to have your service or take your service or use your service, and come up with a name that one isn't already used by another company, two isn't too closely related to another company, and three would make sense in whatever language you're going to speak. Um, and then the second part would be, if once you got your name, I would say, especially with the online capabilities we have right now, the first thing you have to do is check if the domain name is available. So once you got your name, um, look for a .com or whatever country you're from, um, but especially .com. You want .com. Um, that's the second part. And once you got that, once you got your name, once you got your domain name, and maybe look for Facebook also if it isn't already occupied. Maybe Twitter if you want to use Twitter. Once you got those two, um, you got to start thinking about how you want to present yourself, and it's close. It's as close ties to what you want to do, but you yourself decide if you want to be young and dynamic, if you want to be strictly professional, suit and tie all the time, and that ties into how you present yourself, and that goes into the colors of your logo. That's number three. The colors of your logo is basically what people will see the first and most likely remember. So you want to choose colors and a logo that is in line with what you bring to the table, what your service is, and what your company represents, what you want it to represent. That's number three. And number four would be tell once you decide the outlook of your company, what your service is, then you gotta narrow down your target audience. Of course, you gotta think about it in the beginning, but really narrow down your target audience. Once you got the target audience down, it means there's a difference between um, trying to sell your service to people 50 years and older, and teens, women, children, guys, sporty types. There's a complete branch of people you can target, and you gotta narrow it down. That would be number four. And once you're done with number four, you got it down. You got down what your service is. You got down your logo. You got down your image. You got down your target audience. Then you have to decide which channels you're gonna use, because there are a lot of channels. Um, Facebook is a marketing channel. Twitter is one. You gotta decide which fits with your company and what gets to your target audience. I would say that's
Okay.
the long list of the five.
Okay. Okay. Well, pretty good explanation there. Does anybody have questions regarding that? Amino is also from the Netherlands. Was that thoroughly explained, or you got a few questions on that? Anybody, just feel free to put in your questions through the text box.
Don't be shy.
Um, don't be shy, like Giano said. Oh,
Oh
not a big
no!
marketing fan.
But you still need it. Your
Well,
company still needs it.
yeah, yeah. Me myself, I'm also a developer, but just like Giano mentioned, uh, we need some marketing. Uh, Amino, okay, we'll give you we'll give you a brief 5 minutes on the call and give your 2 cents on this.
Hey man, I don't need 5 minutes. So you're a developer. I'm curious.
Yes.
What have you developed?
Right now, we've developed a bunch of apps and a bunch of websites. But the main purpose of the call actually is to go into the marketing.
All right, sure. Maybe you can drop a link of your website or portfolio. I'm just curious to browse around, and I'll do the same.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem.
All right, take care.
All right,
Later.
no problem.
Later.
Okay, all right. That was Amino. Uh, and okay, then and moving on. You mentioned Facebook. What is Facebook losing altitude to Instagram and Snapchat, or is Facebook still the big dog on campus?
I, I I think people say that, but Facebook is still the big dog on campus. Um,
Okay,
I would say most companies would need Facebook. Of course, it's different depending on your style and depending on your target audience, but most
okay,
likely it's the easiest and it's the biggest, so it has the best reach. Also, you mentioned Instagram. Instagram is actually owned by Facebook, so I think
yes,
it's the same dog. And Snapchat, Snapchat
yeah,
is very interesting, but Snapchat is currently really booming. I
yeah,
think marketeers are still kind of figuring out how to reach their audience, and it's a younger audience. It's a much younger audience, so it depends on your service if you actually fit with Snapchat.
okay, all right. And have you also seen Periscope? Because some people are a bit confused between Periscope and Snapchat. What's your take on those?
Well, it also depends on what kind of service you're trying to give. Um,
Hmm.
I think Periscope is very handy in real life, relating to a person and seeing how that person presents whatever service or whatever topic they're talking about, because Periscope is all over the place. Um,
Yeah.
but still, you'd have to go back if someone really wants to buy your service. You'd have to go back to somewhere where you can actually see something, media, read something, maybe, especially a website. So even if you give the presentation on Periscope, and even if you're genuinely charming, you still have to have a link where they can actually get more information or see the information in a list, so they can understand. But it's a
Okay.
great tool if you have someone charming and you have someone able to give a presentation like that.
All right. Okay. Yeah, and actually, from my end, when setting up a website for my clients, and at the same time also when setting up apps for my clients, it's all about strategy, just like Giano said. If you don't have a solid strategy, then it kind of takes away the effectiveness of having a website or an app. When it comes to a website, you need to be pretty sure of what the purpose is of your website. If your website is just to be informational, then it's a lot different than when you need a website that's supposed to be a sales channel, a sales funnel for your business. So even on the tech part, you need to be very mindful when it comes to sales. In one of our previous webinars, previous blabs, we talked about that a bit more in depth, and you can check it out on our website. And yeah, it's the marketing scene and the sales scene. They basically follow up each other. Whereas when it comes to your website, you need to set up your website in such a way that you can initiate the contact, initiate um, you set up a marketing process. Whereas when people do notice you, that there's a sales backup of a sales process that you can actually have or generate business from your website. And with a app, it's even more personal, in the sense that with an app you get engagement, interaction, and everything with your clients instantly, and that connection is something you want to be very strategic and very mindful of. And moving on to marketing in general. Um, I do have still have one question for Giano. Um, when it comes to marketing itself, um, are there any books that you've dug in recently where you have to say, okay, this one really gave me the scoop on marketing, on sales, on social media, or whatever.
They're not the books per se. Not recently.
Mhm.
Mostly, I read blogs and some websites which which are fully focused on social media, for example, or marketing. You have Social Media Examiner. You have, yeah, Mashable is a little looser, but it still gives you some great insights. And
Yeah.
I try to follow some webinars because that's another thing. I think a lot of entrepreneurs should realize is you can never stop learning. So you gotta actually make it a priority to
Mhm.
stay up on the recent developments, and whatever
Yeah.
whatever source you want to use. I use mostly online sources. Um, Use them and make it a priority to use them daily or semi-daily.
Okay. Okay. All right. Um, okay. We're kind of winding down on this blab. But as I was saying, if anybody has any questions, feel free to type in your questions, or if you really have a big something you want to explain, something that happened to you, for example, a while back, or it just happened, where you're flabbergasted in the sense that I can't believe this happened, and I really need some help with that. Just type it in or send us a message. We're on Facebook, Twitter. We're pretty much all over the place. Here is in the text box is Create Apps Here's Facebook, and EdgeUp Marketing is also on Facebook, and pretty soon I think come into Instagram, maybe.
Yeah, still working on it.
Okay,
About the
okay, still
channels,
working
you
on
gotta
that.
have the strategy, so you can't choose all the channels right from the start.
Okay, all right. Okay. Also here through the text box is the Facebook page of Edge of Marketing. They got some really good content, videos, images, there that you can definitely check out. And in terms of everybody watching, we have just because we did this blab, everybody that's interested in some real good content or assistance that they need in terms of their website or in terms of a good marketing strategy, feel free to check out createappshere.com and edgeupmarketing.com. The full website of Edge Up Marketing is coming up soon. Just send us a the email with the subject webinar startup attendee, and you'll receive one free online consultation session for your website and also for marketing. And if you really need us to dig in and help you with a strategy with your website and really provide tailor-made services, then with this subject in your email, then you receive 10% discount on any of our services. So if you have questions right now, feel free to type them in. It's where we still got like 10 minutes to really go in on this
Yeah.
webinar, on
Any
this blab.
questions of something you'd like to add? Some
Yeah,
suggestions, something you experienced yourself? Um, Go ahead.
yeah, we'll be right here. We'll try not to move. Yeah, okay, all right.
You wanna what? I want to talk
So
more about uh, the services part and narrowing down. I myself also struggle with this because when you start out, you let's say you want to do everything. Like some people, yeah, even if you're one of those people who can decide or love the variation of it, um, you try to do everything. The other part is I started in a market where there are a lot of entrepreneurs itself, so a lot of small businesses, and they expect when from your service they expect you to be able to do everything. So
yes,
it's yeah, it's not, let's say it's not the end of the world, but it, like I learned, it's better to narrow it down and start from the core. Also, of course, if you have the time, if you have the experience, or if you want to learn, you can also start um, with a lot and then narrow it down the line. But marketing wise, once people know you as um, like, let's say you do videos, let's say you take photos, let's do you say you do social media marketing, and they know you as doing that. Um, Once you go back to your core business, um, it's gonna be a while for you to convince them that you're the best at that part exactly. Because they already know you as doing other stuff. Like, wait, didn't you used to do videos? So suddenly you're a photographer now. What happened? But if you start from your core business, and let's say you people know you as a photographer, or people know you as a social media marketeer, um, and you start from that, you can also grow um, with stuff related to that. So from photos, you start to design, maybe to videos, video editing. You grow, but your cash cow or your money maker, your base actually is still, for example, photography.
okay. And in terms of social media,
Yeah.
um, what um, which social media management tools do you use?
I like Hootsuite. Um,
Okay.
I I think it's or Hootsuite. I think it's you can manage all your channels from one program. It also has um, analytics,
Hmm.
so you can make some easy but clear reports on all your channels. It also has a search a search option, in which you can use to check out what people are saying about your company. Especially if you start using channels such as Twitter or Facebook, for example, you're putting your company out there, and social media is a two-way street. So you actually want to hear what people have to say about you, and that's one of the tools that can actually siphon out what people are saying.
Okay. All right. All right. Uh, anybody has some other tools that they're
That they
using
use.
on social media that they have an opinion over that no, this one is way better. Like feel free to let us know, and if there's a catch to it, we'll let you know to be maybe be careful of using that one. But any other questions, we're definitely open to answer your question. And pretty much as we speak, I'm doing some marketing on of myself, actually sharing this webinar on Instagram. So yeah, kind of multi-channel right now. uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so everybody just let us know what's going on. Uh, Okay, we have a question or suggestion from Dinah Eisenberg. You might try Meet Edgar for posting. Okay, definitely check that out. Um, and Dinah, what is your experience on Meet Edgar? Why do you think it's better maybe than Hootsuite? Okay, allows to repost automatically. Hey, that's something good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I think if you're definitely an entrepreneur on the go, then for reposting is definitely very handy. And so you don't have to worry about coming up with original content of your own uh, every day or every hour. So
Oh yeah.
thank you,
Ah yeah.
Dinah.
The planning. Yes, the planning. Yeah, that's great. Because if you have multiple channels, after a while you're gonna struggle to keep it up, especially live. So the planning is actually essential. So that's great that Meet Edgar does that. I would like to meet Edgar now.
You'd like to meet Edgar?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
meet Edgar.
That's definitely a LOL. Dinah, thank you very much for that great suggestion. Um where are you located? Okay, an outsourcing strategist from Oakland, CA. Okay, all right,
Okay.
good. Oh, that's definitely a strategist talking right there.
The
Yeah,
planning. The planning.
yeah, it's all about the planning, all about the planning. Let's just do a quick recap on what we discussed. Can you do a quick rundown of the
Thank you. Thank you,
the
Dinah.
Thank you, Dinah. You're welcome, and thanks for that great tip on to meet
Meeting
Edgar.
Edgar. Meeting Edgar.
Yeah, And
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, the name the three most common mistakes that entrepreneurs make during their startup actually,
Mhm.
and afterwards we'll do the five things that the entrepreneurs definitely need to do to get the ball rolling on the marketing front.
The runner would be, I think the three mistakes would be trying to do too much at first. Um, it's not narrowing down your core business. Um, yeah, that's it's part of the strategy, but not coming up with a strategy. What exactly you want to do, what do you want to present, and who you want to target. I don't know if I mentioned this the first time, but the second thing I think um, is, yeah, we talked about this and talked about the Instagram part. I think trying to use too many channels at first. I think that's also a problem nowadays with the media, social media, and with online marketing. Um, it's hard to keep. That's one. Secondly, it's not all of the channels are right for you. So, like say Facebook is the big dog, but you might not be right for Twitter, or Twitter. Let's say Twitter might not be right for your company or your service, or Snapchat might not be right.
Yeah,
Um, I think that's also a mistake. Um, yeah, and the third one, yeah, not the third one with marketing. Um, yeah, it's actually tied together. So if you don't know what your core business is, what your core service is, no research on who you want to target, um, and actually not sitting down and thinking what kind of company you want to be, what kind of image you want to portray. Because in the beginning, you have some power in what kind of image you create for yourself and how you want other people to see your company.
okay,
About the five things I think you should do and the start. We talked about, yeah, first defining what your core business is. That's like the mistake. Um,
yeah,
First defining your core business. So um, even if you can do 10 things, decide on three things that would work and which you're gonna start with. The other one would be your style, your image. That's exactly what I said. The mistake what people don't do is decide, okay, what kind of company am I going to be? Am I going to be young and dynamic? Am I going to be funny? How am I going to interact with my customers? In what way? Like what is the tone I want to set? And that ties in with your logo. The colors you choose, because your logo, yeah, your logo is pretty important. People are gonna remember your logo. Um, yeah, that's I think that's number two we talked about. Um,
yeah,
the other one we talked about, I don't know if I still have it in order, but the other one is the name. Like choosing a name would be important because yeah, that's the one you're presenting, your logo and your name. You have to make sure your name is something that other people haven't used before. It isn't too close to other companies, so people don't get confused. Um, which server it is, which company it is, and choosing or searching for a domain name, like trying to tie your name with your domain name as soon as you have your name. You're probably gonna think of five names and you have to scratch all five and then start again, pick another five, and then have to hope and pray that that domain name is still available. Um, that's if it would be an order, that would be two or one. Um, then you got yeah your service, like I said. Then you got your logo, um,
yeah,
your image, um, and then when you got that, you got your service down, your image down. your name down. Then you want to see, okay, what's my target audience now, and then you can see how you want to approach them. Is your target audience teens, guys, girls, women, senior citizens, sporty types, fashion types, whatever your service is.
Yeah.
You decide on your target audience, and that would be the last step. Then you decide on your channels, your marketing channels. And nowadays, I would say, yeah, you need a website. That would be the base of everything. And then you can decide, okay, if you use Facebook, if you use Twitter, um, what channels you use to actually have people know about you, and fit with your company, of course.
Okay. Okay. Pretty interesting. And right now, I'm pretty much leaving all of our information for all the viewers. That everybody that joined in is can sign up for a free online 30-minute consulting session with
With
us.
us.
Just have to, yeah, with us. Just contact us, and with the subject, uh, yeah, help me out. Which subject did I
Marketing
put?
startup framework, startup. You said startup, marketing startup,
Okay,
and then webinar.
okay.
But if you mail us, we'll know. We'll know.
Yeah, if you just email us and let us know you were one of the attendees, you automatically get this online consulting session for free. Plus, you receive 10% discount on all our services. And all our services ranges from web development, app development, plus strategic marketing advice, like marketing advice tailored to your business, your organization, depending on nothing. Any business, Giano can handle it. Giano and his entire team can handle it. They're here for you, and my team is here to help you with anything also.
Do you guys
Okay.
have any questions now? Still, because I think we have 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Feel free. Or any tips you like the Meet Edgar one?
Yeah. Like any any tips, and the reason why this blab is so unique. I'm in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and Giano is in very sunny Curacao. So this is so unique, from the cold all the way to tropical island. Yeah, from tech to business, marketing. Yeah, we're really really going into the the different zones. Yeah. Okay. If nobody else has any questions, are you sure, guys, you don't have any questions? Like even if it's a question where you think it's something small, just let us know. I'll even leave our email address, so you can just let us know if there was anything that you want to discuss with us, just one on one. Just let us know, and we'll definitely get back to you and help you out the best way possible. If it's tech, marketing, or both of them combined, we'll set up a package up for you that helps you and your business and your organization get reach the goals that you set up for yourself. So from us right now to you, we wish you a very good day, and we hope to see you at our next lab. And just check out our website for the entire schedule of labs that are coming up. All right. Gianna.
Say thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for viewing. Maybe if the tips helped you, I'm glad they helped you. Otherwise, success. I wish you all the best in your business, and make sure you enjoy it.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We will sign off, and we hope to see you again at one of our next collabs. Be cool. Throwback Thursday, almost Friday.
Be
So,
cool.
yeah, take it easy. And if you're stressing out about your marketing, we'll help you out. If you're stressing out that your website isn't generating any leads, we'll help you out. And if you're contemplating on developing a app but don't even know where to start, or know where to start but need some more details on the matter, yeah, just let us know. Okay, we got the digital biz dude. You'll catch the replay, no problem.
Great handle. Digital
Okay.
biz dude.
Yeah, he's a digital biz dude. All right. Have a good day, everybody.